Dang, I'm over here talking to myself, y'all. Thank you so much. I was muted whole time. Okay, well, let me start that again. Welcome. Peace, love, and positive vibes, y'all. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. I was definitely muted. So I'm here by myself tonight, but what I was saying is that good. I'm glad you guys can hear me. What I was saying is that welcome to Monotfahme. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for being here. Another Monday. It's great to have you guys. I'm here by myself tonight. My co-host, for lack of a better term, couldn't make it here tonight. And we don't have Emilio with us this evening. He was busy as well. So it's just Melody tonight, okay? But we're still going to do Monotfahme because that's what it's all about. And tonight we're starting a series on healing. So we want to talk about healing. It's something that is really important, as adults and as children. And I think throughout our lives too, there's a potential that we encounter situations that would require us to heal from those situations, in some way or another. Some things require obviously more intense healing, and they will have greater ramifications on your life if you're not healed from certain situations. A lot of times us going through traumas or dealing with relationships that are difficult, whether it be intimate relationships or family relationships, things like that, we have a tendency to, have things like depression, anxiety, issues with relationships with friends, family, coworkers, random people. I don't know. Some people will blame others for everything in their life. There's different ways that you'll see someone who is unhealed in how they act. And so it's really important that we heal ourselves, because until we heal ourselves, we will have problems, right? And you can't have a good relationship with other people if you yourself aren't having a good relationship with self. A good relationship with self looks like, self-love, like doing things for yourself that, make you feel loved or feel happy. Setting up boundaries with people and situations, whether it be work boundaries, whether it be boundaries with friends, whether it be boundaries with your significant other. Some people have issues with boundaries with their families. Their families get too involved in their lives. And part of your self-love is saying that you're only going to allow someone to have so much of you. You're not going to continue to let them just take from you and not reciprocate. A lot of that comes from loving yourself. If you don't love yourself, you will allow people to just continuously take from you. And of course, it still hurts. It still bothers you. You probably still complain about it, but you will still allow it to continue to happen. Let's see. We got some people who blame others for their problems are narcissistic. And that's true. That's not the only people that do that, but that is something that someone who has narcissistic tendencies or who is a narcissist will do. They'll always blame other people. That's true. They don't do any wrong. Everything that they do, all their actions are because of you. And, the thing about narcissists, just to touch on that because it was brought up, narcissism is actually a very sad situation, because narcissists truly, like, deep down, like, hate themselves. And even though they boast about themselves and they always put themselves up on a pedestal and things like that, to us, you know, to the outside world, they don't feel that. They don't actually feel that way about themselves. So that's actually a really sad thing, and it's something that is one of the most difficult to heal from. So positive healing vibes to anyone out there who is dealing with a situation like that, whether you yourself have narcissistic tendencies or if you are dealing with someone who is a narcissist. That is a very difficult situation to do. Insecurity, yep, that's another really great way to see something in somebody who has traumas that they need to heal from. They will show a lot of insecurities. You know, people who try to control things too much, like, I don't know, one example that just comes to my mind that probably a lot of people can relate to, either they've seen themselves in their own relationships or they've seen it with other people's relationships. And that is like controlling person who doesn't want to let their significant other, like and I use that term like quote unquote let, because really, how do you stop a grown adult from doing whatever the grown adult wants to do, right? But won't let their significant other do things like go out with their friends or, you know, anything that doesn't involve them or they don't have like strict control over. That is somebody who has a lot of insecurities, and there's probably something that they need to heal from, and they may not even know. You know, that's the problem, is sometimes we don't even realize what it is that's causing these trauma responses that we have to heal from. So the best way to take care of it is to just heal yourself. Because even if you can't figure out what it is that's causing you to do these things, there's still basic ways that are pretty universal when it comes to healing. Like I mentioned earlier, there are things that will be cause for deeper, what's the word I'm looking for? But like deeper techniques for healing. You know, things like abuse, like severe abuse, sexual abuse in many forms, things like that. Though. Maybe if you've witnessed murder in front of your eyes, things like that can really cause very severe trauma that obviously would take longer. And there's probably there could be the need for more intense treatments in those types of situations. But if we're looking at like, I don't know, basic, if we're looking at like, you know, childhood traumas like that most of us have gone through, or, you know, relationship issue traumas, most of our traumas come from shit that's happened to us. I mean, honestly, a lot of us come from that. And there's some scientific, I don't have anything to pull up right now to show you, but you can definitely do your own research on this. And if you'd like, I can help you find some information on it. But there is some scientific research to show that some traumas are also passed down to us through our DNA and things that have happened to our ancestors. So some of that stuff too, that's why I say sometimes you don't even know why you're having these trauma responses. It may not even be what you think it is. It may not even be something that you personally in this life and in this temple dealt with, but it may be something that was dealt with by an ancestor and it's been passed through your lineage. That's a school of thought. Whether you choose to believe that or not is obviously your choice. Maybe do some more research on that and make your decision based off of that. But I do think that I do believe that is true, and that we can be suffering from traumas that were passed down from our ancestors. And so with that, that's why I say you have to do these basic things like loving yourself. Loving yourself is a huge thing. And I think that is probably the foundation of really beginning to heal from anything, is to understand that no matter where you are at in your life or what position you're dealing with, or like where you feel like you are success wise, doesn't matter. Like how you're feeling about yourself at the moment doesn't matter. How you think you look doesn't matter. It's just basically loving yourself at all those points. Like, even if you think that you're underweight or overweight, or you should read more, or you should eat healthier, whatever you're thinking about yourself, that stuff can be fixed and changed. You can make steps to change those things, but you have to love yourself even at that moment. You have to be able to say like, okay, maybe I'm not the best cook right now, and I really want to be a better cook, but I'm not the best right now. But you have to love yourself at that moment. Or you think you should be in the gym, and you still have to love yourself in the skin that you're in right now. It's very important to always love every stage of self, because we're always growing. And that's something that is really important to remember, to give yourself compassion and patience, because we're forever growing. And who you are right at this moment is not who you will be even just moments from now. And imagine tomorrow, a whole nother day, a whole 24 hours from this moment. You are a completely different person. And in every single one of these moments, you have the opportunity to choose to love who you are and be happy with that. Realize that you are whole and complete in the right where you know, driving a fancier car doesn't make you any more whole and complete than what you are right now. It only adds to what you are right now. A lot of people are still scarred. Hang on one second. Let me get to these. I apologize, guys. A lot of people are still scarred and holding on to past experiences that shape their character today. A part of the healing process comes from people letting go of past experiences they can't change. And that's really awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I really appreciate that, because that is super true. That's another thing. And that's, I feel like, a part of loving yourself is letting go of those things and saying like, okay, this happened to me. It's happened. It's already done. It's over with. You can't go back and change it unless you know how to time travel. And if you do, you know what I'm saying? That's on you. Then you're living in a different realm than we are right now. And you can do some things that we can't. But for those of us that cannot time travel, it's happened. Like, yeah, you know, it happened. It didn't happen to you though. It happened for you. And that's something that a lot of us have a tendency to look at. Like, we'll look at something and be like, oh, it's a terrible thing and it happened to me. But a lot of really great things come from what seem like maybe not so great experiences at the moment, or not so great situations at the moment. A lot of really positive things can come from those things. And in my own life, I've seen that. So, and I'm sure some of you out there right now listening could attest to that as well, where you've had situations that it seemed like it was a bad situation for whatever reason, and something good came from it, whether it be you made a great connection, or you learned a lesson in something that stuck with you for life that, you know, it's going to help you out down the road, or you, I don't know. There's so many variables, but I'm sure that that a lot of you can attest to the same thing in your own lives, where you've seen something that it started off and you thought it was a bad situation, but something positive came from it. And yeah, letting go of the things and forgiving the people who may have hurt you is beneficial to you. It allows you to let go of weights that you're carrying around that they're not helping you. They're holding you down. Like, imagine if you are yourself. You're carrying yourself around. That's one thing. But then now start just adding packs of weight to you of things that's not even yours. Like, that's the thing too, is we don't even realize that when people hurt us, it's because they're hurt. Hurt people hurt people. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when someone is projecting onto you their own traumas and their own things that have happened to them, it's a cycle. We have to break the cycle, and the way of breaking that cycle is by healing ourselves. Change the way you think. One second. Change the way you think. Most change, if not all change, begins with the mind. Bruh, are you reading this out of a inspirational book? Because facts, no, that's really thing. That's a real thing. Like, our mind is so powerful, and you would not, unless you've been doing this yourself. If you haven't done this yet, you will be so impressed, I guess is a great word, impressed by how much your thought controls the world that you live in. Your thought controls literally, like, it controls everything, because your mindset, your perspective, how you choose to look at things is going to determine whether you live in heaven or live in hell in that situation. Okay? So you can either be in turmoil because you're choosing to look at it as, this is happening to me, oh my God, or you can stop and step back for a second and assess the situation and look at it from a different perspective. How can I find a positive in this? Or how can I turn this to be something that works to my benefit, whether it be learning a lesson from it, other things that the other things that I have suggested earlier, that's huge. It's a big part of how you will live, is how you choose to perceive things. It really is. Have to accept what can't be changed. Yeah, that's huge. And what's this? Isn't there a Serenity Prayer that says something like that? Like, accept, something about accepting the things that you can't change, and I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know it, but I'm sure somebody out there is going to know it and type it up for me real quick. But that's a big thing that a lot of us, it's part of changing your perspective, is realizing that if you can't change something, that you can change your reaction to it. Same with when you're dealing with people. You can't determine how someone will react in any situation. You can only determine your own reaction to things, and it's a learning process. Like, I've myself have been on a healing journey, I think, for maybe 2.5 years now. Before that, I didn't even realize I wasn't healed. That's the crazy part about it, is like, an unhealed person, a lot of times we don't even realize that we're not healed. Like, we don't even realize that we're dealing with that we're projecting our traumas onto people. My God, my relationships, especially with like significant others, were crazy for a long time because I didn't even realize that I was the problem in a lot of the situations. I was the problem in a lot of situations. I always expected people to like, I don't know. I don't know what I expected, to be honest with you at this point, because I can't even think in that mindset anymore, that frame anymore. But it's a process. It takes time, you guys. It's not just you're going to wake up one day and all of a sudden just be poof, you're just, perfect and everything is roses and sunshine. It doesn't happen that way. There's a lot of tears. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of having to be patient with self and understanding to self, and also to, maybe I already mentioned this, but I'm going to say it again, to forgive people who hurt you or maybe added to your trauma. You have to forgive those people, even if they've never apologized or shown remorse or they don't even in your eyes deserve your forgiveness. They may not. Maybe they don't, I can't speak for that. But what I can say is that when you let that go and you decide to say, I forgive you, I'm not going to allow this to control me anymore, you take the power and control back. But when you still allow what they've done to you to affect your life, it's not affecting them. It's fucking up your life. Okay? And this is your life. Like, you have to live this every day. You got to live with self every day. And that person is off miserable in their own life. And that's the thing. They project their misery onto you because they're miserable. You guys have maybe heard the saying, misery loves company. It's a real statement. That's a real thing. Positivity loves company too, though. So happiness, joy, they love company too, though. So you can make a choice. You can make a choice. Thank you. Mr. Price, where did you get the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself? We have another person that asked about the book. Maybe you can tell us where you got it from. And then the Serenity Prayer. Okay, cool. Let's see, because that has some knowledge in it right there. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Yep. See, that's great. Courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. That's actually a really, really beautiful statement there. There's some great knowledge in that. And I think all of us can actually use that. It doesn't matter if you have dealt with drug or alcohol abuse. It doesn't matter. This holds water for everybody. When you think about it, let me accept the things I can't change. Let me just look at that and be like, okay, do I have control over this? Can I change this? If you can't change it, you kind of just have to fucking go with the flow, because when you try to force things, how far does that get you? I don't know that it's going to like help you in any way. Trying to force something that you don't have control over, it sounds to me more like it's going to stress you out. Right? That sounds more like stress. So, and then the courage to change the things that you can, that's the thing too. Like, self-love, the setting the boundaries, that's the courage that's the things that you can change. That's the things that you do have control over. How you react to situations, those are the things that you do have control over. And having the courage to do those things, that it sounds easier than what it is sometimes. Let's be honest. It's not always easy to put a boundary up and say, I'm not going to allow this anymore, and stand on it. Like, standing on it is, whew, that can be really tough. Think about a situation like, say you have a toxic parent. Like, I can't imagine it. I have an amazing mother, and I love my mom. She's not a toxic parent, but I know people who have parents like that, that are toxic. How do you deal with that? Imagine we're always taught, oh, it's your mom or it's your dad. You're just supposed to, like, do whatever. Well, what if you have a parent that's very rude and very disrespectful to you, and just really doesn't, they don't want to hear what you have to say about things, and they kind of want to try to run your life even though you're an adult? And how do you set boundaries on things like that? It can be difficult sometimes. That's a delicate situation. Having the courage to say, I love you, and there are certain things about my life that you just don't have the right to tell me what to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do and make the best decisions that I feel for myself. That can be a difficult thing to say to a person who you've been taught your entire life that you're just supposed to do what they say, and you're not supposed to talk back to them or anything like that. Excuse me. Those are, having the courage to change those types of things. It can be a really great tool for you, and it's part of self-love. It really is. Setting boundaries with people, and only allowing what you feel comfortable with giving is a beautiful way to love yourself. Other things too, like, do you guys have any ideas on self-love? What are some ways that you like to show love to yourself? Like, what makes you feel loved? Maybe it's cooking for yourself. Maybe it's reading a book. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's fishing. Maybe it's painting. Maybe you like to spend time with your family or your children. Go swimming. I don't know. Take a bath. Do your hair. Paint your nails. What? Shave your beard, gentlemen. Manscape. I don't know. Like, there's ways to show yourself love. And also too, like, just don't always tell yourself no. I used to tell myself no about everything. I feel like I wouldn't buy myself things. Like, I just always would tell myself no. Like, I don't know. I'm not doing that anymore. I refuse. Motherfucking fuse to constantly tell myself no. Stop telling yourself no. Excuse me. Do the things that you want to do. If you want to go somewhere and visit someplace and no one else wants to go with you, fuck it. Go by yourself. Go. Have fun. Live your life. That's part of loving yourself. And when you're living your true, authentic self, that is when your friends and your soul tribes, you know what I'm saying? Your significant other, that if you're single and you're looking for that type of situation, like that's when the people who are meant to be around you can align with you and be attracted to you, is when you're really living in yourself and who you are and being authentic to yourself. And that's a beautiful healing right there. That's a beautiful healing. Does anybody have any ideas on ways that ways that you think people could heal? Like something that would be a beneficial way to love yourself, or I don't know, any other thing else that you've seen that is beneficial to somebody's healing process? Does anybody have any questions? Class? I feel like I need a little tick, tick, tick. I need like one of those, I need a chalkboard behind me. I want to thank you guys for showing up today and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I feel like I just rambled on like a whole bunch of details and information at you. I just spewed a bunch of knowledge at you. I hope that, yeah, telling yourself you love yourself. I hope that you guys get a pen and paper. I should have said, take out your pen and paper, because we are about to talk about a lot of stuff. I want to do some more episodes like this, talking about healing and, you know, loving yourself, different steps. I think it would be cool to get more in depth, maybe on certain, I don't know, healing techniques, whatnot, what have you. Tell yourself you love yourself. Yeah, you should. You should tell yourself. You should actually look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself every day. Another thing too that I think is just like, it's crucial. It's imperative to healing and to a wonderful day. And that is when you wake up in the morning. How you start your day will determine a lot of how your day continues. So when you wake up in the morning, I don't know, everybody pay attention. Pay attention to what it feels like when you wake up in the morning. Do you feel angry? Do you notice that you're maybe scowling and not smiling? You're grouchy? You feel, I don't know, grumpy? Or do you feel light? Do you feel happy? Do you feel positive? Well, if you're not feeling happy, you're not feeling light, you're not feeling positive, then what you have to do, and you have to make a conscious effort. That's another thing too. Let me make a very, very strong point on that. You have to make a conscious effort. These are not things that are just going to fall into your lap. You have to put the work in. You have to really do these things. And, you know, if you don't do it right away, that's okay. You can stop yourself and say, oh, you know what? I didn't do that. Or, oh, I can't believe I said that about myself. Let me say something positive about myself. But let me go back to the morning when you wake up. Excuse me. Smile. Put a smile on your face. Edgar just said something that I'm going to add to it, because this is something that I was going to tell you to do. Put a smile on your face and start to name off the things that you're grateful for. He said, write down 10 things you're grateful for. In the morning time, if you're feeling grouchy or whatever, if you don't realize you're feeling meh, smile. Put a smile on your force. A smile. This is the time I'm going to tell you to force. Put a smile on your face. Smile. Arch up those corners of your mouth, and then start to say out loud in your head, however you choose, or write them down if that's better for you, the things that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for my toes. I'm grateful for my cheeks. I'm grateful for my hair. I'm grateful for my ears. I'm grateful for my voice. I'm grateful for waking up. I'm grateful for the air that I just breathed in. Do you see what I'm saying? You can be grateful for anything. You can be grateful for the smallest things. Just start there. Just start there. Just start. You cannot, it's like you cannot help but become happy when you start to think of all the things that you're grateful for. Like, how can you not be happy when you're starting off with gratitude, right? There's a couple more things being written down here. Let's see here. I have to stretch in the morning because my back hurts. Okay, look, that's a great way to love yourself and to start your day off to feel good, though. Hugging yourself. I love that. Hug yourself. Definitely hug yourself. Like literally everybody should hug themselves right now and tell themselves that they love themselves. Like, I love you so much. I kiss myself. I just did. But seriously, kiss yourself. Like you need a hug yourself. You need a kiss yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're handsome, that you're beautiful, that you're amazing, that you're intelligent, that you're healthy. Speak life onto yourself. Speak life onto yourself. And if you do say something negative about yourself, because a lot of us have this negative self-talk that maybe is taught to us or something that we were never taught not to do. We have to get out of that pattern of saying things like I'm stupid, or even honestly, like when you use words like I'm dead. I know we say that to say that it's funny and we're like laughing hysterically, but be careful with words like that because your words are very powerful. So use them positively. I am healthy. I am happy. I am positive. I am love. I say things like I am timeless and youthful at every age. I am in perfect health. My children are in perfect health. I love myself. Just positive affirmations go so far. They go so far. And it's a great foundation for the beginning of your day, you know? If you can talk about how much you love yourself, if you can talk about the things that you're grateful for, you really start off with just a whole different attitude. And again, it takes time. I'm not saying that the first time you smile and talk positive about yourself, the whole fucking world's going to open up and everything is the best in the world. No, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? It might take a little while, but don't stop. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on self. Come on, you have to love self. Do not give up on self. Because at the end of the day, self is the only motherfucker that's going to be there. The day comes up and when the day goes down, every single day, 365, 7 days out the week. Self is there. Always. So love yourself, man. Set your intentions. What is this? Set your intentions to change the way you think and wholeheartedly believe in it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it takes time. Like I said, if you say something negative about yourself, Kiki, you can attest to this. Where's Kiki? She says, write affirmations on sticky notes and place them around the house. I love that idea. That's great. That's beautiful. Kiki, you can attest to this. If you say something negative about yourself, what do? You look in the mirror and you say 3 positive things about yourself. Flip it around. You know what? Cancel that. I'm not stupid. I'm actually intelligent. I'm loving. I'm caring. Keep adding it if you want to. Say as many nice things about yourself as you want to. But at any moment, you get to make the choice to change how you're thinking. You get to make the choice to change how you talk to yourself, about yourself. Don't talk negative about yourself and don't allow other people to talk negative about yourself, about you either. Never talk negative to self. Love self. Absolutely. Always. Also, to help a person heal, if they were hurt as a child, they have to imagine seeing the child that you were and hug that child and tell her that you love her or him. That's beautiful. I like that. Absolutely. You can talk to your child, your inner child that's hurt. What's wrong with that? That's beautiful. Talk to your inner child that's hurt. Reassure that inner child that they're safe now. It's okay. You don't have to be hurt anymore. Because now I'm here and I'm the adult. See what I'm saying? So I can protect that child that was hurt. People aren't going to do that to you anymore. It's not going to happen to you anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the past. You can heal that child. You really can. And also, don't be afraid to be a child. Speaking of self-love, don't be afraid to be a child. Like, and when I say that, I mean have fun in life. Like, laugh, have fun, enjoy all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Never allow someone's opinion of you to become an opinion of yourself. Yes, thank you, Mr. Edgar Price. I appreciate that. Never allow someone's opinion of you to become opinion of yourself. Absolutely, always stand firm in who you are and what you believe in, and that goes back to the same thing I had said about not allowing people to, speak badly about you either. At any moment you can cancel what somebody says. Your words are powerful. When I tell you your words are very powerful, I mean your words are very powerful. You literally create the world around you with the words that you use. We can get more into that in another episode, but just understand that your words are very powerful and you're speaking things into existence when you use them. So when you say, for example, the words I am are I say the words I am are the most powerful words ever spoken, because whatever you follow those with those words is true. You have just claimed it. You have literally verbally written it whatever. You wrote it into the universe. You wrote it into the universe by saying I am ... So why not use those words in a positive manner, right? I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am healthy. I am strong. I am love. I am light. I am encouragement. Why not use those words like in a positive way? And that goes the same for when someone speaks about you. If you allow them to speak about you that way, and you accept that as who you are and a part of you, you're receiving that energy, and that's very powerful. So, with that being said, you can also stop these things. If you say something negative about yourself, cancel that. Cancel that. I'm not stupid. I'm intelligent. I'm, so on and so forth. Say positive things about self. You can cancel your words. You can cancel your thoughts. Even if you say something negative about other people, we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We get emotional. We say things, or people irritate us, or maybe this day you're not as emotionally tough today as you were on most days. Maybe today you're a little weaker in the sense that people can irritate you. Where most days that stuff would roll off your back, right? It's okay if you say something or you have a bad thought about somebody, cancel it. You don't have to just continue on with the negative. You can change things to a positive by in the moment realizing, okay, I've done something that I'm trying to change. I'm trying not to talk negative about people. Okay. This is what I'm working on. Let's just say that. I'm going to use it for an example. I'm trying not to talk negative about people. So if I say something negative or I think something negative about a person, I have the opportunity at any time to say, you know what, cancel that. And then flip it. Use your words. They're powerful. Flip them to say something positive. You can replace the negative with positive. You have the option to do that at any moment. It's always a choice. It's always a choice. I am enough. Yes, words are spells. Yes, your words are spells. That's why we've been taught children for spelling. If you watch TV, you are being programmed. You're watching TV programming. These are true statements. It's not just my imagination. And I am enough. Everybody say that. I am enough. I am whole. I am complete. I am enough. And you are. You are enough. You are enough. Right now, you are enough. No matter where you stand, no matter what you're facing in life, no matter what you think about yourself right now, you are enough. And wherever you are right now, imagine if right now, where you're at, you think that you're not the greatest, that you're enough right now. Imagine when you start to add on top of your enough and you start to be a better you today than you were yesterday. Be a better you at this moment than you were the moment before. You will really start to feel and realize, like, I am enough. I am amazing. I am smart. I do make a difference. And the more you can do that, and the more that you can realize that the things that you've gone through in your life mold you, but they don't have to be a negative. Like, they mold you in a sense that they give you knowledge. They teach you experiences and how to deal with situations. They give you strength. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you have been through your entire life and you never, ever, 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 ever been punched before? Like, could you imagine never having been punched before? Ever. No one ever hit you. Like, no one ever balled up a fist, punched you in the arm, or hit you in it ever. You never been punched before. And then the first time you get punched, you're like 30 some years old. That would probably be the worst hit you ever took in your life, because you never have taken a hit before, right? You'd be weak. Honestly, imagine if you didn't wrestle with your brothers and sisters and cousins and friends, and you didn't beat each other up and do all that shit. You wouldn't be strong. You wouldn't have the strength that you have now today. And you wouldn't be able to take a hit and still keep going. So the reason that we're so strong is because we fall down and we dust our knees off, we brush off, and we get back up and we keep fighting. So the things that you go through in your life, they create this strong person. You are strong for a reason. It's not just because, like, whatever your belief system is, like God just wanted to punish you, or, the universe wanted to punish you, or no. We go through the things that we go through because we have jobs. We have a reason to be here. We all have purposes. We all have little, pieces that we add to this big puzzle that's us. And some of us go through tougher shit than others, But have you ever seen a diamond before? Imagine the intense pressure that diamond had to go through before it could sparkle and shine. Sometimes we have to go through a little bit of pressure before we can sparkle and shine. But baby, when that sparkle and shine get to shining though, you feel me though? Talk about BBS in this motherfucker. So don't be afraid to go through shit, and don't be ashamed of the shit that you've been through in your life. We've all been through some crazy ass shit, we all have been through some crazy ass shit. And as long as you're on this earth, you're probably not done yet. So you can't be ashamed of it. Just understand that those things mold you, and it's okay. It's okay. I hope that I have helped some of you today at least understand a little bit about yourself. And if you're wondering, like, if you're the problem in some of your relationships, if you're looking at things and being like, why does this keep happening to me? If you're really fucking stressed out a lot, if you're feeling very anxious, if you're crying a lot and you're depressed a lot, things are coming up to be healed, but you're not giving them an opportunity to be healed. And it starts with the self-love. That's what it all starts with. It literally all begins and ends with loving yourself. So in order to begin to stop feeling all that stress and that anxiety, oh my God, you guys, if I could explain to you the type of anxiety that I used to literally go through and have, like I literally used to like be almost sick with anxiety. Like my heart would just be pounding, my stomach would be upset, like random as hell. I would wake up in the morning like this. Do you understand me? It took me deciding to make changes and to understand that I was creating these issues. When we dwell on things, we create problems. Like, for example, when you think about whenever you're depressed or sad, right? When you think about that, what is it that you're internalizing at that point when you're sad or you're depressed? Are you or are you not? Are you or are you not thinking about either something that you can't change or some shit that happened in the past? Are you or are you not? I'm just saying. So when we can step back from that and realize that you can't change those things, when you can step back from that and realize that there's gonna be a way to work around it. I don't know about you guys, but in the years that I've been on this earth, in this flesh and in this body, in this temple, in the years that I can remember right now that I've been on this earth, shit has always had a way of working itself out. Right? So all the stressing and all the shit that we put ourselves through, all that turmoil, all that we put ourselves through does not change the outcome. It just puts us through a whole bunch of stress in the meantime. But if you can stop for a minute and maybe think about something in a positive way, you can change how the situation feels while you have to deal with it, while you're dealing with it. The universe works for you at all times. And I can say this with like full sincerity. Like the universe works for you at all times. At all times. At all times. We don't always know why things happen the way they happen. We don't know why, you know? But it's happening for a reason. It may be to be saving you from something else. It may be to be teaching you a lesson. There's always something positive that is to come from every situation. And telling yourself that everything is going to work out, telling yourself that you're healthy. Imagine telling yourself you're healthy. How does your body have any thing to do or how can it be anything but healthy when you're constantly telling it it's healthy? How can it be anything but healthy? It has no choice but to be healthy. You're always telling it it's healthy. Imagine if you always tell it it's sick. Now imagine if you don't feel well and you constantly tell yourself you feel well and that you're healthy. Imagine the effect that you have on yourself. All of these things can be used together. All of these things are important ways to start healing yourself and loving yourself. Changing your mindset, change how you speak to yourself. Look for the positive. And remember, this is like one of the most important things, and it's part of self-love, is to be patient. Be patient with yourself. Please be patient with yourself. Like I said, if you say something negative and you realize you said it, it's a conscious effort to then stop it and flip it around. Okay, I said I'm stupid. Okay, fine. I said it about myself. Dang it, I just realized I said it. You may not have noticed you were saying it before. You might have just been saying it about yourself and you didn't even notice you were saying it about yourself before. But when you start to notice it, because now you're self-aware and you're paying attention to what self is doing and how self is talking and how self is thinking, the thoughts that you're using. When you start paying attention and becoming aware of these things, that's when you can change them. If you're not aware of them, you can't change them. And if you're choosing not to be aware of them, it's a choice. But when you choose to start noticing these things, it's a choice too. Then you can also make the choice at any moment to say, okay, I'm not stupid. Cancel that. And it's okay. And then put a smile on your face and say something positive about yourself. And keep doing that, because you know what's going to happen is eventually you're going to stop calling yourself stupid because it doesn't even resonate with you anymore. Those aren't even things that you think about. It can't live with you. You see what I'm saying? Stupid? Never. Fuck. You will eventually stop even allowing those types of things. You won't even resonate with it. And it'll be a natural process because it's something that you conditioned yourself to stop and to replace with positive. Give yourself that time. Give yourself that space. Give yourself that compassion. Be patient with yourself. It's okay. It's okay if you fuck up. It's okay if you have a whole day of fucking up. It's okay. At any moment, you get to make the choice. At any moment, okay? I love you guys so much. I swear I love you guys. Sending you so much love. So much love to you guys. I hope you can literally feel the warm love and energy that I send to you. Kiki, I am going to do, this is a series that I started, so I'm going to do it for a little while. I don't have a specific allotted amount of time, but next Monday I will be talking about healing again. And I'd love for you to come back. Thank you guys so much for being here on this amazing Monotfahme Monday. If you have some things that you want to talk about, something that's not for you, maybe you have a story that you want to share, hit me up, let me know. Come back here Monday next week at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're tuning in, wherever you're tuning in at, I will be back. Whether it's YouTube or Facebook, Twitch. I don't know if I have anybody watching on Twitch, but thank you if I do. Twitter. Thank you guys so much for being out here and kicking it with me today. Hopefully my co-host will be back with me next week. And maybe we'll even have an Emilio pop in with us. But definitely you guys are going to be here and I'll for sure be here. So make sure you guys come back. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Peace, love, and positive vibes to you and yours. I would love to hear next week, if you guys want to share with me, I would love to hear about how your week went and any challenges that you faced. And I would really love to hear about any what's the word I'm looking for? Any like champions? What the fuck am I trying to say? Any things that you did to better yourself, like successes. Thank you. That's the fuck word. Successes. Any successes. Like if you had a challenge, how did you combat that challenge? You know, did you notice something about yourself? Did you notice that when you smiled every morning that it made a difference? I would love to hear that. I would love to hear that. Let's heal together, you guys, because this is really what it's about. It's about us healing together. The beauty of when we heal ourselves is that we heal the generations in front of us. We change their course. We change the course. Imagine if you can take the knowledge that you're learning and the healing that you have for yourself and what you're teaching yourself and pass it on to your children, your seeds. Like, imagine that they can be however many years old you are right now, they can be that many years ahead of you in the healing process of themselves, because they are going to have things to heal from too. And here's the thing is, like I said, as long as you're alive on this earth, there's potential for you to encounter situations in your life that you'll have to heal from. So we'll always need these skills. They're always going to be important skills that we can use. And also, when we heal ourselves, we heal our past and we heal our ancestors. And the beauty of it is we can share these things with our parents, with our aunts, with our uncles, with our grandparents, and they can heal too. It's never too late. As long as you are here, conscious on this earth, still breathing, you can heal. All right. I'm going to get out of here, you guys. I love y'all so much. Peace, love, and positive vibes. I'll see you guys next week. And thanks for being here. Peace. Love yourself. I love you. Peace.